Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Stealthy Elf production stream. We're not playing shit today. We're talking about Terra Magia. We're doing a Terra Talks episode.
Yep.
Instead of being me and the elf David, we have a new Stealthy Elf with us today, Nigel. And I'm rolling on because you can call me Ollie.
You're gonna stumble on it, and I'll be here for it.
It's my own name, Nigel. How am I gonna stumble on my name? So Nigel is joining me here today to talk specifically about the level up functionality in Terra Magia, and we're gonna go through it, make some changes, discuss kind of the reasoning behind the genericness of the leveling up, as well as decide what maybe some of the numbers and statistics should actually be based on Nigel's experience as the, I guess, second most experienced Terra Magia player in the world.
You know, I would put myself as numero uno because I might have less play time as that other guy, but let's face it, some of the playtime of the other guy is just holding a shield up. I'm actually looking at spells and doing like tactics and stuff. So I don't know. It's like the quality, the quantity.
I guess we'll see how that really turns out in this session here. So, in terms of levels and progression in Terra Magia, I have a generic level up until level 30, just because by that point you'll have too many points and too much stuff, and who cares? But there really is no need for a level cap, you know? There is nothing that restricts a player or a GM or a table from going well above level 30.
I agree. Pause. You've kept us at level 3 for like 8 weeks, man, and you're telling me there's no there's no level limit?
Yeah. Next time we play a game, we'll start off at level 8. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
You're
Sorry,
welcome.
continue.
Listen, those early levels are really important for balancing.
Yes.
Sorry, Nigel. Anyways, essentially with the leveling up, there's level 1, that's your starting. You set up your character at level 1, and then the level up progression starts from there, and it goes even level, odd level. Even levels, you get the exact same thing every time. Odd levels, you get the exact same thing every time. Currently, the way it's set up is that on even levels, you get a skill point, a stat point, 2 perks, and you increase your VP by half of your endurance and influence, which is what you typically use to calculate it. The first thing I would like to change about this myself is the VP. Instead of half, just a full increase equal to your endurance and influence. And, excuse me, we were just talking about being burpy. What happened? What just happened?
Psychological.
It really is. Man, that's the even level ups are skill point, stat point, 2 perks, and your VP increases. Odd levels, you get 2 more skill points because for a maximum level, like a top final skill level to get to the 3rd skill point level, you need 3 skill points. So I staggered the delivery so that every other level you can get that final slot if you are aiming for it. And then you can either get an increase to your MP cap or an extra spell, depending on what kind of player you are. Do you want just more variety in your magic, or do you want to get bigger, stronger magic? Because it really depends. There's a lot of characters, like I've made a lot of characters in the background that I'm like, oh, you don't need spells. You just need MP. You have 4 spells, you're going to keep using them, you just need MP.
That does become something to really think about, the MP cost. Like in our current campaign, I have an abundant amount of MP. Like I'll probably based on how fights go, I'll probably never run out. But then we have some of our players that have some have, I don't know. Well, how much does David have? Like three,
3.
four, something
Yeah, he has
crazy
like
low
3
like
or
that.
4 MP. Yep.
Um, and you even have some
Yeah.
spellcaster other. How much did Arden might have? 10 or something. Like it was.
Yeah,
You really
they
need to
have like
think about it.
they have like a dozen or so. The thing is, I think everyone else took the preponderance of their perks were in like just like the way they maneuver through the battlefield and how they fight. Half of your
Yeah.
perks went directly to give me more MP.
Yep. Pretty much. I saw the
uh,
cost of things and like, yeah, I definitely needed more.
which is fair. Like that's definitely an option for you if that's the way you want to go. If you want to have that endless clip. Um, but with this odds and even leveling up, along with 1 MP or 1 extra spell, your choice is yours. You also do get generally, if you have a spell book, you get your new spells at that odd level. At the odd level, you also get an increase to either your MP or your HP. Again, this is equal to half of your physical or mental stats. I'm replacing that and just could be the full amount because everything deals a ridiculous amount of damage, and we're gonna keep the damage and just make ourselves more survivable. There we go.
Yeah, it's
And
something that I think you definitely have to do something like this because this is like really besides perks because you're not you don't get like an automatic HP increase every level like other tabletop games. So
mm,
what you're doing right now I think is it's definitely necessary.
mm. So here's the thing, and I'm currently still leaning to the more or less the shape that I have things in now, but I have VP automatic every other level and HP or MP on the opposite level because I want there to be still be differentiation between like martial and caster characters to choose to be more squishy or to choose to be more whatever. But no matter what, if you're leveling up, you're getting more VP, which is basically just an extension of your HP. Like it's the bar before your HP bar, you know. So no matter what kind of character, you are getting more of that buffer of that shield. Uh, so I wanted to keep that in, and since it's only 2 stats instead of 3 that goes into it, the chances that you get a ridiculously high VP is a lot lower. You
Yeah,
know,
and then yeah, most likely casters aren't going to be super high because they're not going to be spending points on
endurance.
endurance as much.
Exactly. Um, so yeah,
Checks
that's
out.
that's kind of the idea that I have between that, so that even if you are a caster, you're still getting that HP ish, that health
Yeah.
pool increase. Um, and the differentiation for HP and MP is just so that we could so that I could, without having classes, force that differentiation in characters.
Yeah, exactly because Terra is not really a class-based
Yep,
tabletop game. It's very customizable.
indeed. Um, as you have shown me the absolute depth of how horrible it can be in terms of customization.
Yeah,
Um,
have fun balancing.
uh, what do you think I'm doing now, motherfucker? Uh, so, so
Mhm.
here's the thing that I want to get your input on the most. Um, the uh stat points. Currently, it's 1 every other level, and with that pattern, if you start off a character that is like has 6 in 3 stats and 3 in the other 3 stats, whatever leaning you want,
Mhm.
you can get one of those stats of choice up to 8 in 3 level ups when you're at level 4. So you would only get to the final stage of like the final tier of perks after 4 levels. But that would only be for one of your abilities, one of your uh, archetypes. Uh, I don't know if that feels slow or fast. I honestly am unsure how to because like here's the thing. I don't want to restrict like higher tier perks for later levels. I think it's cool that you can decide I'm going to tank everything, have maximum strength, and just get the biggest, baddest perks right out the bat. I think that's cool because it leaves you open to a lot of other issues. Like your character Suki is the glassest of cannons. I can kill you with pretty much any single shot.
I mean, yeah, try.
Hey, don't. That's not a negative. You do massive damage on the reg. It's amazing. Uh, and that was a deliberate play. Deliberate choice, and I like forcing those choices. Um, but I'm wondering if like because I feel like every other level one stat point means that it's going to delay, getting to those crazy high level points quickly. But it's also going to mean that like you have to early on make a decision which direction you're going because there's not going to be a whole lot of like whatever else after.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying. What I'm looking at is I just pulled up the perks and I'm trying to see like okay, so the perks go at least like single stat based perks. So like needing like it goes to like
Yeah, right now it goes up to tier 4, but I do want to change
tier four,
that.
but like so
uh,
swift like having a 9 in swiftness will bring you to the highest tier
yeah.
for the Strider perks. That's the name of the line
Yeah.
of perks under that category.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, for most single perk or single stat archetypes, it's up to 9 is like the maximum. And then for double perks, it's up to I believe 8. Um I'm still planning to rework the entire like perk parts of that. Um with a
mhm.
big plan to be only having 3 tiers of everything and everything having maximum a total of 12 perks in the whole thing just for consistency and control over that. But that's beside the point.
Yeah.
um,
What I think about this because like the reason I'm bringing this up, I'm looking at the perks to see what is some of the higher level perks, for example. This
yeah,
only really becomes a problem if these higher level ones will break the game at that level. You said level 4
yeah,
that you can potentially hit 9 or
yeah.
hit a like that level.
While without completely tanking your character in one other direction, like
Oh yeah,
being
like
a more or less average character, you could get up
yeah.
to level up to 9 points after once you hit level 4.
Based on what I'm reading, like these higher levels, it doesn't really seem what would be the right word here? Power creep or something? It doesn't seem like you become Superman if you have this perk with 9 swiftness or 9 endurance. It seems just like it's very useful flavor in some ways.
Got
I don't think it's gonna break the game. I think yeah, you can hit those like faster, and then once you hit that, you just look into something else.
mhm.
Also considering that most games don't last, don't like taking D&D 5e as an example, like most games don't go to level 20. I don't think most games even go to the teens.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, look at some of the games we've played. We're still level 8 in the longest game we've ever played.
Yeah, this is like 3 years
Yeah.
or 3 years.
Uh,
Very our DM isn't very or sorry, GM isn't very nice when it comes to
hey,
um,
wait for him to be here to shit talk. All right, it's more fun that
this is more fair.
way.
Yeah,
But no,
but
yeah.
if your worry is that like characters are you thinking characters might become too overpowered or that players might reach that end game too fast in that line and then like lose interest, for example?
A little bit of a column. A and B. Like I am worried that like once you're able to get all of these, I might make you kind of busted in some ways, and that might lead to the whole like, well, what do I build towards now? Because some people like yourself are builders. That's a big part of the fun is building towards a setup, and I do still want that to be a possibility. You you've proven already you can basically build an end game setup at level 1. Whether
Mhm.
it's survivable or not, it's a different matter. Like I see Suki leveling up less as a like, oh, I'm going to build something, and more, all right, I've already built something. Now I'm gonna, secure it and build the scaffolding around it so it doesn't fall down.
Yeah. Imagine if he had more than 11 HP, like crazy, right? Who knows what might
Exactly.
happen?
Um, and that's kind
But
of
then,
the
yeah.
the way that I'm seeing your character develop. And I don't know if that's boring for you. Like, how do you feel about that, knowing that like you've kind of already built your loadout, and now you're just trying to refine the edges?
Well, a lot of things. I still have a lot of customization that can happen. Like I can still get more perks. Like the perks I have are more just buffs in a way,
Mhm.
like more MP and stuff. So I have all this whole perk system that I can get into to actually add more customization. I also have like spells that I can
Mhm.
get into as well. What
Yeah.
I would say for this that might help is the way being clear in the description for perks that you can hit that last perk level, but the whole idea is mix and matching, or
Yeah.
like that should be your outlook from the start,
Yeah. Yeah. Really focus on the fact that they are archetypes, not actual classes or ideas.
right?
Okay. Well, with that in mind, with everything you just said in mind, do you think sticking with one stat point every other level is enough? Does it feel good? Or do you think it should be a little faster? Maybe basically one every level, but it's two every other level? No, I mean.
I mean, it's wait. Let me think. So one stat point. So let's see. Like every other level, I can do
Whoa, my
one
camera just zoomed in
intuition.
wildly.
Who did?
My camera. And I'm like way out of focus, I think.
Me?
No, me.
Oh. Um. I pretty much. Let me think. One stat point each. If you compare. No, I think that kind of falls in line with other systems. I think it's fine actually.
You're a proponent of keeping it every other level?
Yeah, I would say keep it like this, and then we can do some play testing afterwards. But would require a little faster leveling up process. Just FYI.
Yeah, yeah. We'll do that
But
too, okay?
but I think this is an interesting start point
Okay. That's
because you
fair.
don't. I mean, it's not just a stat point. Like I mean, you're also getting those perks to go along with it each time.
Mm. Uh, all right. That's solid. Uh, okay. In that case, um, the other thing I was wondering, uh, I have it so that it's +1 MP cap or an extra spell, uh, and then just new spells. For a while, I was playing around with an idea of like, uh, offering like new spells, from like your whatever your spell book allows you to get, or like an extra perk slot, or maybe that's a bit much, but like something else there, so that if someone really doesn't want to do any magic, they don't have to.
Yeah, you're right. Because you got to consider those shield people, what they're gonna do.
Mm.
Um,
And I'm wondering, like what I could even put there that might offer that variety or that option, that other option. I don't know.
I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is yeah, you can do new spells or one perk. because like if you're not a magic based person, that's like those column 2 and column 3 aren't gonna hit as hard.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Then,
Whoa,
what do you
so much
think
better.
about? um.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's still okay on the stream. Let me double check. Ooh, yep. Okay. And
Yeah.
all right. So, how about uh, if it was two perks and then the other one is new spells? What if it was one perk every level, every other level, and either one new spell or one more perk?
Let me think, let me think. How many new? Oh, the I guess how many new spells is based off of what type of spell book you have.
Exactly. So it'd be up to, I think the largest one is like five, but
Oh,
like
okay. I don't have that one in game. I,
no,
I
no,
I
no.
think it was
You
only
definitely don't. You get two, I think.
yeah, like the digital one was 2 and like the physical one was 3 or something like that.
Yeah. There's a really pricey one that's like has an AI in it that gets like a bunch. Um
Jarvis, you.
exactly.
But I think well, look, something like this, you use this as a starting point, but I think it's something you have to do to give. Sorry, you have two ways of looking at it. A, if you can either make it that this is a system where you are to use magic in some form
Mhm,
because you are adding like every two level let's see every other level you're potentially increasing your MP cap.
mhm.
Um so if you're not a magic if you're not someone wanting to learn a bunch of spells, you're going to be increasing your MP cap each time. So
Right.
it either has to be like educated, not educated, but like informing players that magic is a essential part of this system. So to keep that in mind when they're choosing perks and stuff. Um,
Right.
or you do something like this where you add that perk so the melee or the augmented, you know, type of
Right.
characters have something to go about. Because like if you're melee focused only, for example, then column 3 will give you something, the perk. And I guess they would have to choose a spell at some point that has like a higher MP cap to make that because the MP cap increases, but if they're not increasing their MP,
And
like
yeah, there's no reason
some
to.
people that we know, they're gonna get like stuck at a lore.
Mhm. Hmm.
So, so I think this is a good start. Let me put it that way. The perk or new spells, I think that's something that's necessary.
All right. Then yes, I'll do that for sure. Um oh, that's not what
Yep,
I
that's
meant to do.
correct.
It's not what I meant to do. Whatever. Um
Yeah, I let's we can go for this for now.
all right. Then ow, my hip. Um mm, mhm, mhm.
This feels about
uh
on pace with a lot of other games I've played,
okay.
especially like yeah, the perk.
All right. Then what about keeping the plus one MP cap option, getting rid of the plus one spell, and instead uh adding something else there, something that could be uh I don't know. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's tricky, huh? These like the physical people. I'm just looking at the
Uh
character sheet to see what's something that's possible here. 'Cause otherwise, you might go start going crazy with like like Oprah levels of perks. You get a not you.
Yeah. I think 3 perks every 2 levels would be a bit much.
Yeah.
Um,
You have skill points increasing already. You have stat points increasing already. What is another option that's possible here? Hmm.
I feel like a stat point is not equivalent to 1 extra MP on your MP cap. That is, it's just not equivalent. It's way too much. Because, like, that would be skipping an entire level almost towards whatever you're building.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what is another reward system here.
Maybe more skill points? Because skills are a little more varied. There's more of them, so just having uh, one more isn't going to be huge. I could even disperse it so that it's 1 every level, and then +1 to your MP cap or another skill point.
Yeah, because the way skill points work is like 1 for, let's say, level 1, 2 for level 2, 3 for
Yeah,
level 3, right?
yeah. Which was the point of having 1 and then 2 and then 1 and then 2, so that every 2 levels you could get that final slot if it's available to you. But if I did like this, where it's 1 every level and then either MP cap or +1 skill point. Wow, I can't type for shit right now. What's going on? Then every other level we'd still have the opportunity to get that like 3rd tier of skill ability. Or we could improve our MP cap. And since the skills represent your, physical and mental abilities, someone who's not a caster would definitely benefit from that over an MP.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you use that. I mean, so they could really bump up their martial combat or like endurance or those sort of things if you're more of like a physical fighter.
Exactamundi. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
based on the how much skill like the each level of the skills cost, this could potentially work. I definitely would love to do some play testing at some point.
Yeah. Uh
Is this being implemented for our session on Sunday?
yes, we'll level up Suki with this in mind, and I'll level up the others as well with this in mind. Um uh yeah, I think that'll just to see how it feels to like implement it right off as quickly as possible. Obviously, it wouldn't be the same. Honestly, it hasn't changed too much. Like it would about as strong as you would be otherwise.
Well, my VP is gonna be no, never mind. Actually,
Your VP is gonna be a little under, but it's fine. I mean, not that much under. You have like shit endurance.
yeah,
So like, even if
never
you
mind.
were, even if you were level 4, having taken all your VPs, you'd be what 6 VP because you have like 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I am as glass cannony as can get. Glass might be too strong of a material actually to describe.
You're a paper cannon.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah, I get one shot all the time, but I do a lot of damage. So like,
Mhm.
balanced.
And you did also take that the human ability to get knocked down and get back up again, uh,
Yep.
which is fantastic. Um, okay, so genuinely, uh, I think this is a good setup for the leveling up. I was always feeling a little iffy about it, but I think this keeps a good pace for the leveling up and makes it so that you know, regardless of the type of character you build, you're gonna have something that you can do with that. Uh,
This
no,
this will put a lot more emphasis Like when you start like looking over on any reworks, for example, or to any edits, like your perks become a lot more of a focus. I
Mhm.
think just because of if you're getting at every level of your physical fighter, you're going to be looking at perks all the time.
Yep. But I like that. I think that should be the way this game is built.
It's true.
Because, yeah.
That's probably
Also,
like the main draw or one of the main draws of
yeah.
Terra, the perk system.
I mean, that's the hope. uh, I think the most encouraging thing so far has been that you've really enjoyed the perk system. Uh, which is you're the exact type of person that I made these like this extension of the rules for. Because when I was originally making Terra, I was like, all right, it's gonna be 20 pages, and it's just gonna be this, and then you can just make shit up. And then I went fucking ham on it, and it blew up. And I kept making more rules. 'Cause I was like, but what if someone really likes this? It likes those rules. It likes to do whatever.
Now you need to
Uh,
find some balance between the Nigels of the world and like the Hannahs of the world.
uh, I think overall, like even the less like rules people like we've played with Liz. I don't think she has any idea what's going on, and love you, Liz. Blessings.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. You said hang on for me. Oh, I don't know what he's talking
Hey,
about.
I have no judgments. I've also never read a rule book. Okay. um.
That's true.
Uh. But like even despite having not like gone in depth onto some of that, they've still built a pretty reasonable build. Uh. That is centered around less powerful spells, but having more utility in a lot of different little things. Uh,
Mhm.
and they haven't even like really used a lot of their crazy perks. They were mostly just like, I want animal friend, and I wanted to do magic things. And I was like, okay.
Reasonable perks, questionable choices. That's how it was. That's my
uh,
description.
so I feel like there's even because like her loadout is still pretty useful, pretty powerful in the right circumstances. I would, yeah, and that's including that is someone whose mindset is very different. So I am
Mhm.
positive or hopeful for that. Um,
Yeah, it is a positive note for sure.
all right. Do you want to get into Suki?
Yeah, let's make me a buff boy.
All right. Let me just add one thing here. Um, da, da, da. The one perk, the the perk slot uh given upon level up can be used for archetype perks. Uh, and I'm gonna have to change this. I don't know. Alteration perks with a cost of 0. So, something I want to figure out probably later when I'm actually breaking down the perks a little more is that
Uh-huh.
there are two brands of perks currently, archetype and alteration. Uh, with
Really?
yeah, yeah, dog.
Archetype alteration?
Keep going, go way past all of the uh uh archetype perks, and when it start
Yeah.
getting blue, those are alteration perks. You know the reason that
Oh.
the reason that David doesn't have any fucking MP is because alteration perks permanently consume your MP pool. Uh, and obviously when you level up, you can get more. That's fine.
Yeah.
But whatever you spent on it, that's gone.
What did he use them on?
Uh,
Do you know what perks he has?
Yeah, he has the elemental body and a couple others. Uh,
Elemental body. Okay.
yeah, so the thing turns him into electricity.
Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. True. I guess but I didn't realize it was like an alteration perk.
Hmm.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, so uh,
Wow.
alteration perks basically just you're paying permanently paying MP so you can get a special perk that changes your real physical body forever. Uh, with archetype perks, you're kind of sticking with the words with your body, but making a choice in stats and skills and
Yeah,
abilities.
yeah, exactly. It's like abilities or
Mhm.
that
Um,
maybe that's the best way to describe it.
yeah, there we go. I have not uh reached the current version of perks. Oh, hey, there's a boy, Paul McCartney.
Nice.
Uh,
There's our
Thanks.
death god waiting to be
uh,
revealed. Uh-huh.
no, no, no. So I haven't quite gotten to the new version of each of the archetypes, but I could pull up the old ones. Um, Let me see. Do 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 do. I'm an adult. Never mind.
Yeah, it's on page like 118 or so. I think they start
Yeah. Uh,
from
I think
if you
I'm.
have like the overall.
Yeah. I'm just checking because I think because I'm streaming the thing the book I'm writing. I was
Yeah,
trying to switch it over uh uh
to the PDF. Or
to
something.
the PDF. Let me see. How do I?
You want me to send you like Sugi's character sheet, by the way?
Sure, you can do that. I think that worked. All right,
Yeah, I think
perfect.
there's probably a little bit of a delay on the screen. Yeah, it's on the screen now.
Sweet. We're so good at this, man.
As
So,
good
okay,
as all the streamers I've seen.
right?
Yeah, here we
Um,
go. There's so many cool, varied perks in this
Thank
insane,
you.
man.
So, yeah, I'm assuming um that you have a couple perks in mind already. You were gonna be level 4, so you get let's it was one perk or yeah, it was one skill point, and then your choice of uh MP cap increase or another skill point. Nope, that's level 3. I'm a fool. Um yeah, level 4 is one skill point, one stat point, one perk, and your VP goes up equal to your endurance and influence. So that's the VP increase is pretty easy. Just decide whether you're gonna put your. Uh, I just saw the Twitch chat where David said you gotta earn it way back when we were talking about our level.
You
uh,
gotta. Oh,
he was he was talking crap. Uh,
yeah.
yeah. So, are you gonna put your one stat point into either endurance or influence?
Hell
No.
nah. Probably put it in.
Of course not.
Let's go intuition.
Intuition. All right.
My intuition is currently 8. Oh, no, it's not.
Ah,
Oh,
Max is denied, Nigel.
did you ask me for access?
I'm doing it right now.
Why does it do? Uh, here, Lycus sounds like a virus. Let me just put that delete. Hold on, it's loading. How'd you type that so fast? I didn't even hear that.
I am swift, my friend.
All right,
Uh,
just click share.
cool. All right. So, God, you're the only one who's I've ever seen with well, no, I suppose David. You and David are the only people who've ever put a 0 in any stat. You're absolute
What's the power
psychopaths.
when you could just be in intuition?
Because
I could just
normally,
intuit my way around power situations.
also, have you not been putting stat or skill points into anything?
Skill points? Yeah, they all went into combat casting and like martial combat.
Oh shit! Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
I can't
All right.
guarantee the total accuracy of everything that's here. Like VP right now, it's going to be endurance plus influence at level 2, 4, and so on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so by happen chance, well, okay, so so it's going to be 12.
Yep. For you.
Okay, that's level 4.
That's not bad.
So that's check marked. Then it
Oh,
is skill point or something. What was the? What are you laughing at?
just David's talking shit still in the chat.
Oh yeah, brave boy, talking in Twitch chat. He would
Yeah.
only talk in Twitch chat.
I mean, it's more supposed to talk. He's calling us noobs.
We
Like
got a week until
2002.
Sansi, so that's like a week where we can talk shit about our GM.
It'll be a good week. I'm excited. Yeah, where you're all speed and intuition. He's just power.
Yeah,
Uh,
and he still fails rolls sometimes. Can you imagine? Ugh. But
so
we have one in skins, one skill point, one stat. Wait, is that this level? This
yep,
is level
one skill
4.
point. Yep. No, that's
Level
his
4
level.
is one.
One skill point, one stat point, one perk. I think it's also good to keep the choices limited now that we've revised it slightly, just because I think sometimes it's hard to think too much.
Yeah. So you can reach instances where you're like storing those skill points.
Yeah, there's an unallocated skill point box in the
Right.
character sheet.
I think I would put. I have nothing. I have no skill points under intuition.
Yeah, I know you've just been going off raw number.
I'll go awareness. I'll put my skill point there.
Yeah, why
I
not?
like to be
Makes
aware
sense.
of things. You know.
Uh, all right. So that's your skill point done. Your stat point. You've already increased your VP. See, leveling up is easy breezy. That's not what I wanted to do. Put that back up. That's the wrong one. Ah, there we
Darkness. There we go.
go. So, uh, yeah, skill point, stat point.
So
Last thing is the perk.
do you remember all the perks at the top of your head, or do you
Oh
have like an
God,
idea?
no. I have a vague idea of like I know there's one that lets you do something like this. I know there's one that lets you do something like that. Um, but I definitely don't have a full knowledge of all of the perks I've written. There's a lot of them. Also, I swear to God, some of these were written at like
Oh,
3 in the morning when I was just like I couldn't sleep, so I sat down and started typing. Um, so yeah. Why? What are you looking at right now?
well, I saw mana skin too, but I need one to get to 2 because that my AR would have risen a lot. This
Okay.
is what page is this? 149 or 147.
Yeah. I'm assuming that is the uh well, what is it? What to do? 140. Yeah, mana manipulator. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I was looking at so I was looking at mana because mana skin 2 was +1 AR, so like +1 to, let's say, armor basically per 3 MP in your pool. And because I have 33, that would have been a huge. I would have been more tankier than our tank.
Jesus, 33? That's crazy.
I think so.
But you do have to, it is a thing you have to activate and keep active. And
As an action. Oh, sorry. Requires a minor. Oh, that's nothing. Minor action.
yeah. Knowing that you can have 33 MP at the ripe young level of 4, that is going to become a major action. For sure.
What are you talking about?
For-
I'm just following the rules, man.
Yeah. For
follower.
sure, that's going to become a major action.
This is why I have to keep my mouth shut and wait for the sessions.
This is what we're doing, Nigel. We're we're developing. It's called game development, like rules, not game abuse. We play with Liz. I don't think she has any idea what's going on.
Let's see here. I'm definitely gonna. I would definitely want to choose something in mana manipulator just to take advantage of that intuition.
Hey, I have no judgment. I've also never read a rule book. Okay.
It could be mana skin or mana skin.
I mean, it does make sense because like you are rather squishy, so even if we do even if it is, my God, a burpee.
Oh, I love how you have mana skin 1 is one major action, but skin 2 is a minor.
Yeah. Hey, look, I said
we're in the editing stage.
I've been running most of this without an editor. All right. What do you want from me? So I think that would be really smart for you because, like you said, you do have a huge pool of mana, and you do have to keep it. You have to maintain it, keep it active, and that would give you what +6. You have pretty much no armor to begin with, so you have 15. It would bump you up to 21, which is about the average AR of like a good.
Joke's on you. I have a man, what do you have to call? I have a. It's called combat dress, but it's not like dress. I assume, but I think that gives me +2 AR.
Yeah, David, for sure, 3 to 1 is pretty high. We're gonna stick with the level 1 one, which is 1 to 5.
Shut up, chat. Look, it seems fine to me.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
You agree?
So
cool.
My AR would jump. So if I use this, my AR would jump to 23, which is pretty damn good. I think that could have definitely protected me in a lot of fights.
Sure. But if it costs an entire major action, would you be able to use all of your spells as you normally do? I think Vicious Claw might be one of the ones that you'd be out of the ability to use there.
Yeah.
Vicious Wrath.
That's always been I've never expected to live after casting that because I have to use like everything. So that's pretty much I'll do this and then pray someone brings me back up next turn or something like that. But like for most of my spells, or even like melee attacks and stuff, I think this is it. It's always nice to have a defensive play on hand.
True.
So I kind of think I would go with that.
Also, I think I want to change Mana Skin to be based off, if I haven't specified already, your active mana pool. So like whatever you have on hand, not just like your total, your current mana pool, rather your total.
How are you gonna nerf me twice? Huh?
Hey, I'm just thinking out loud, okay? It would still be
David, if you're watching this, not announce what you're going to change to. Yeah, don't do it. Save it. You see what's happening, right? Do it for later.
uh,
But okay, currently in your pool. Okay,
yeah, it
that
was in there
that
anyway.
that could
It was
balance
already in
it
there.
more.
See, wasn't even in a chain. Uh,
I could balance it a bit more.
sweet, sweet.
Um, it's still useful. It's at least gonna be. I'm at least gonna get like three AR each time I use it because my MP is usually even like my current pool like it's typically pretty high.
Yeah. Just to be clear, because the way you said that just now made it sound a little wonky. You don't just get the plus whatever and then activate it, getting it another plus whatever. It's when you
No,
have
no,
it
I
activated.
know.
Okay, okay. Just making sure because the way you said that I was like, because each time I would get like at least three. I'm like,
I
what are you
mean,
saying?
each time I use a major action to use it,
Mhm.
no, it's not stacking. Is
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
looking for. Each time I use it, my AR will go from at least from 17 to 20, and I think that
yeah,
could definitely help at some point miss at least one or two attacks.
for sure, for sure. And especially when you do get up close and personal, um, the some of those closer range spells tend to be two major actions or so. So using one to just keep your defenses slightly higher, I think is definitely useful. The only problem with it is that is a big, not a resource suck, but it will get weaker as the fight progresses. So it's definitely like you're not an endurance fighter.
No, I'm not.
Nope.
Unless I can stay at a distance.
Yeah, more survivable, less endurance. It's still not endurance though. Uh, which is an interesting way to make a to like build up your defenses. It's like you can survive, but you're not going to be lasting for many rounds.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
That's why
David's character can
I
survive
was gonna say
forever.
you make sure one of your party members um goes all defense and then
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
he might not be able to get his AR up to 30 or whatever, but he doesn't need to.
Yeah, exactly. Balance out. I was just taking a peek at I think the archetype is called the rogue because that does intuition and swiftness.
Yep, yep. The rogue sneak attack.
Yeah, I was just taking a look to see if there's anything here that really, you know, what's plays into what I can do. I have like a seven swiftness, nine intuition.
Damn, damn, damn.
Uh,
Uh,
but nah,
maybe.
nothing really is hitting me like um mana
Mhm.
skin.
Well, a lot of these definitely aren't as combat focused. My version of the rogue is more of uh, you're doing shit in town kind of person. Uh,
Yeah, like the charismatic
mm,
type of character, like a face character or something.
yeah, the face, the thief, that kind of person. Like one of the perks is it's worth it, where you can just do a bluff check to sell something for 100 times its value. Or
100 times?
no, not 100
You
times, for
oh,
10.
sorry.
Mm. Actually, no, there's like 100 times. Uh,
Yeah,
lower the seller buy price. Yeah, lower seller buy price by a factor of 10. Yeah, so multiply by 10.
yeah. What is the check? Hard bluff.
Bluff.
But a hard is that 20 or 25?
That's 20.
20? Yeah. I'm gonna say at a certain level point, you're gonna be rich.
uh, Yeah. Let's see.
But yeah, based off what I've seen so far, I think I would definitely go with the route of mana skin.
Nice. Um, so something I want to figure out, maybe not in this chat, because it's been an hour. We should about time to call it a wrap. But something I do want to think about for the future is right now I have it that alteration perks, you get them, at level 1, as many as your poor little MP can buy you.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever you level up, you can just get as many more as you want based on how much MP you have available to you. Um, I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, but that's the way it is right now. Um, with ones that cost 0 MP, requiring a perk slot, as I've laid out already. Uh, so like these ones would, instead of requiring MP, would just cost a perk slot. Same with some of the werewolf and vampirism ones. But the essentially the thing I'm wondering is, should it just be you get your perks and then you also get, if you want alteration perks, you can just buy them?
Buy them. And what's that? Buy them by sacrificing MP, or just like buy them as in just like treating them like just other perks. That this would just be like the level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 version of something.
No, I mean like right now, alteration perks, you just pay for them using your MP, and you can get as many as you want based on that. And I'm not
Right.
against. I'm still feeling that a little bit to keep some sort of separation between the two types. But I'm wondering if there should be some like, I don't know, some point at which you are given the chance to get more. Like, should you need to spend a perk slot on that?
Oh, rather than just being like, yeah, now I feel like sacrificing MP like at any time.
Yeah, like when you can add a perk, you can either add an archetype perk, or you can start spending your MP towards alteration perks. But you can't do both.
I think the thing with alteration, so okay, so you're limited by the amount of MP you have. Your MP, you have a choice of increasing your HP or MP every 2 levels,
Yeah.
right? So I think there's probably enough of a cost when it comes to sacrificing um MP when it comes to modifying these, that I think I would just have it as, I don't know, I'm feeling like you might have it as just something on the side. Because if you ever want to like actually use this feature, you're gonna have to be choosing MP every other level. So like that's your, could potentially be your cost for it. Let's say like on the spot, I'm feeling like the cost of MP. I mean, you could change the value of the cost, but I think the cost of the MP is enough um
Yeah,
to do versus,
I
yeah,
think for
having it
now I
as
definitely
a,
am gonna stick with what I have it for now. If in the future if it looks like it feels bad in the future, I'll make the alteration. But I don't know. I just wasn't sure if it felt weird to be like, here's a perk slot, and then also I'm gonna buy a bunch of alterations if I have them. um, but yeah. Also, yes, Terra Magia Universe pin would be fucking fantastic. Uh, in my mind, they're a mixture of the rogue and the rock star.
wow. Rockstar is so good. But yeah, like just give Pim a system where she can lie, and yes, she will do great. Is what I would
Uh,
say.
uh, so
Show
yes,
Rockstar. You want to like do a scroll up to Rockstar? This show some of the cool
yeah.
stuff.
Let's do that. So the rock star is a fun little archetype where kind of the whole point is that you are hella famous within your own little niche, I suppose. And there we go. Uh, and you can do like, here's my instrument. I'm gonna do some attacking and powerful stuff with it, or you can summon your groupies to become minions and fight for you.
Yeah, or buff your teammates
Oh yeah, a lot of buffs.
incredibly well.
Whammy, I believe. Yeah. Advantages and disadvantages you can give out to your friends, or disadvantages to your enemies by just hitting that sick chord real mad and nasty.
And then look, and then like yeah, the groupies assemble thing is so funny. Like I remember in our last Halloween session, I used groupie assemble too. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So check it out. Like do one scroll down and like check out groupie assemble too. You
Too.
have the ability to call in your groupies to answer any question that you want.
Yeah. You can basically crowdsource like Google.
Yeah. You just treat it like you have a cell phone in game and you're calling, or you're posting something in whatever social media.
Yeah, you're putting out
What happened in our
a post and just getting. Oh, that's. I forgot about level 2 of that. That's really funny.
I
And
really
this variation.
tree.
I know one is extremely false.
Like if I do another character like after Sugi, it was going to go back to at least like the Rockstar type perks.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
It is
I
fun because
saw
if I
normal.
recall, with
Yeah.
because you did a mixture of Rockstar and then Commander.
Ooh, that I can't remember.
Because
I
I think
mostly
with the
remember.
Commander, one of the things is basically like you can have someone else use your major action to have someone else do a major action. So it's like, I'm not fighting. You're gonna hit now.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, the you got this part.
Yeah. With the idea being like, as the Rockstar, you could basically be like, hey, um, here's a 2 extra dice
Like
to
damage
touch
die.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
here's your 2 extra damage dice. Now fucking hit him. Like now. Like it was a great combo.
And there's like a perk. I need to see if it works out with the action economy, but there was a perk that I think it said you took away the multiple attack penalty on the Rockstar. Fight
Let's
song.
see. Fight song. Uh,
So like I'm already have an idea like how I can buff my teammates, and then turn 2 use fight song, and then they get like I don't know 3 or like
oh
4
yeah, they
attacks
get an
potentially.
extra major action that gives them no uh multi-attack penalty. So I'm gonna have to change that in the future because this was made when it was only 2 major actions instead of 3. Uh, but that is fun. I do think that's interesting. Got to keep something similar to that for sure.
Yeah, I
Here's
love
another
the
thing that's gonna
perks.
be really difficult. I'm glad you do, man. I really am. Here's one thing that's gonna be difficult. Something I do want to do because, like, see with this one with the Rockstar, its final tier only has 2, and it's 2 huge fucking perks. So don't get me wrong, they're
Mhm,
good. They're worth the thing.
mhm.
But in the next iteration, I do want to standardize it where it's 3 tiers, 12 perks for everyone.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
so I'm gonna have to like pick and choose some that aren't gonna get whatevered, or like give those to a different archetype somewhere along the line. Stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, you're gonna have to eliminate 2.
yeah, and it'll be interesting. Like I think the Rockstar will be pretty much undamaged by that. I think most of them will be undamaged, but I do think like there's going to be a lot of like, instead of there being 3 levels of this,
Yeah, I
there'll
was
only be
gonna say,
2.
yeah,
Mhm.
it is true. You
Which I
just find the average of 2, and then it becomes something similar anyways. But
uh,
like you see like
yeah,
how like the progression between 1 to 3, you just find an average. You could just do like 2
exactly.
levels of each thing.
Mhm. That's the plan. All right. All right, it's been a bit over an hour now, and my stream for some reason my quality keeps going in and out, and now I'm not shit right now, so that's good. But I think that's gonna be where we call it. Suki's leveled up to level 4. Um, I have a plan. Our level up system has been modified and I would say perfected. Probably not, but close enough.
You could say it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can say it.
Uh,
You're allowed.
exactly. Thank you. Perfected. So I think that's going to be a wrap for us. Thanks everybody for watching and playing. They're still playing. I don't. Guys, I'm so bad at this sometimes. All right,
Yeah.
one more try. Shut. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been an incredible session of Talking Terra. Terra Talks. Fuck.
Yeah. You want to do a take
Goodbye.
3?
Why don't you do it, Nigel? Why don't you take charge?
This has been us talking about Terra Talks. See you next time where we talk about, and then right there you edit in the topic that we would talk about in the video.
Oh, yeah, okay. Got it. All right, for real. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Shh. Shh.